Good morning, DreamYard. Happy Friday. Congratulations on completing another week of remote learning. I want to start off today with some shout outs. Shout out to the ninth grade, 11th grade, and 12th grade for having 90% attendance after a long weekend on Tuesday. Shout out to the Community Building Committee for hosting game night. There was a ton of fun things happening. We had trivia, acting, drawing, so shout out to them. Shout out to all the students who showcased their work at Dreamfest last week and part of this week. I saw a lot of great work, so thank you for sharing your art with us. Shout out to the AP students. Next week we have retake exams. So any student who needs to make up an exam, next week they'll have an opportunity to make it up. So shout out to them. If you know a student who's taking an exam, give them some words of encouragement. Shout out to Mr. Jabi. Congratulations on graduating from City College with your bachelor's degree. I think you've shown us a lot, that you've grown a lot and that you're continuing to strive for excellence. So keep it up. We're all extremely proud of you, and we expect big things in the near future. The message that I want to give you all today really comes from a conversation and a PD that I went to last week about crisis and how to respond to a crisis. So the first thing that came up was what do we do when a crisis happens? I know for me, when a crisis happens, sometimes, I get nervous or anxiety can set in. Some people, break out in sweats or, over time they can get depressed. We've been dealing with a crisis right now with the coronavirus. So I'm pretty sure many of you have had different physical and emotional responses, which I want to say is all normal. All of that is normal. But it's important for me to, bring that up to get to my next points. How do we handle fear? See, the conversation that I had was, we basically talked about how fear controls a lot of what we do. You don't touch the hot stove because you fear your hand getting burned. We all wear masks when we go outside, because we fear getting sick. Some people fear success or fear, being unsuccessful, so they avoid doing work. And I'm not saying fear is bad, because fear, we need fear, right? If we didn't have fear, then how could we consider someone brave or courageous? Which is what I want to talk about next. How can you be brave during times of adversity or during times of a crisis? And these are some things that I do, each and every day. I try to do each and every day. So the first one is wake up and do something that's going to help you and help someone else. When I got into education, I wanted to help people. And over the last 15 years, the thing that has been most fulfilling is, that I've had the opportunity and the ability to help my community and help the people around me. It makes me feel like a superhero. I don't have a cape. I don't have any special powers, but, I'm able to wake up every day and help someone. So, that's the first thing I would suggest. The second thing is to stay informed. So we fear what we don't know, right? So when you don't know something, the best thing to do is to ask questions and then seek the answers to those questions. You know what I mean? If we, stay with, if we continue to stay without knowledge, that's how we, gain that fear, right? But knowledge is empowering, right? It's uplifting. So make sure that you stay informed. Don't pay attention. Always pay attention to the news and social media. Find a friend who you can talk to, someone who you trust. Throughout the day, we have all these thoughts that come into play or come into our minds, and they create this weight that gets extremely heavy. And if we try and hold all this weight by ourselves, it's going to break us down. So you want to distribute some of that weight. Find someone who you can talk to. Find someone who you can distribute some of that weight with. You can share some of the weight so it's not so heavy by yourself. Do something fun and relaxing. I believe that everybody should do something fun every single day. Do something that's enjoyable, whether that be take a walk, playing a video game. Don't play too many video games. Make sure you do your work. But, take some time to do something fun for yourself. And then the last thing is be optimistic and stay ambitious. Right now there's a lot of uncertainty, and I think it's important to be optimistic during this time. We have, we don't know what's going to happen next week. We don't know what's going to happen next school year, but it's important for us to stay optimistic and believe that things are going to get better. I mean, we've shown over the last 2+ months that we've gotten better and better with remote learning. I mean, each week, we've been hit with an obstacle and we've found ways to overcome these challenges. So it's only going to get better from here. And I feel like the best way to think about it is, by being optimistic. Ambition, right? With ambition, I'm pretty sure many of you have had ambitions, before we started remote learning. Some of you wanted to get better at math. Some of you wanted to read that book that you haven't got a chance to because you've been so busy. Some of you wanted to do 100 push-ups, at once. These are all real goals that you shouldn't stop trying to achieve just because we're, faced with a crisis or faced with a pandemic. You should still try and achieve those goals, still strive to achieve those ambitions. And I'm going to urge everyone to do that. You know what I mean? It's going to make you feel good. And like, my colleague, Ms. Douglas says to me, it'll balance your equilibrium. So with that being said, sorry for the long video, but, enjoy the weekend. Make sure you do something fun for yourself. We have 4 weeks left. You know what I mean? So, let's finish strong. I'm always available if anybody wants to reach out. You could also, you could just shoot me a text or, send me an email. And that's about it, man. Let's go. Let's kill today. Happy Friday.